Hey scholars, today we will learn about minerals. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to know what a mineral is and how geologists determine if a mineral is organic or inorganic. Before we begin, let's activate some prior knowledge on strata. Observe the image below and identify how are these strata positioned. What you think these layers are made up of. Remember to pause if you need extra time. How are these strata positioned? These layers are positioned horizontally. Horizontally. What do you think these layers are made up of? These strata are made up of rocks, and rocks are made up of minerals. This image has a variety of colors, and each color represents a rock layer or strata. These rock layers contain different rocks that are made up of different kinds of minerals. If you look around the environment in this image, you will probably see things, the living and the non-living. Plants and animals are part of the living environment. The living environment is sometimes called the biosphere. The biosphere is a major player in geology, and it is the part of the earth that consists of living organisms. Although the living environment plays a major role in geology, most of the studies of geology and earth science are concentrated in non-living things. Much of the non-living part of the natural environment is made up of rocks and soil, and these rocks are mainly composed of solid minerals. There are over 2,000 known types of non-living minerals. Recall that most rocks are solid materials made up mainly of minerals. Some rocks, such as granite, are composed of different minerals which make up the composition of the rock. In granite, these minerals are often visible, and they are the reason why granite exists. Minerals such as quartz, shown in the light gray color, feldspar, shown in the pink, and biotite, shown in the dark spot. Together, they make up this big chunk of rock that we know as granite. There is an abundance and diversity of minerals found throughout the entire planet. Grains of salt, as shown in the image to the left, a gold nugget in its natural state, and a ruby, as shown in red, are very different from one another, but they all have one thing in common. They are all minerals, the basic material of the earth crust. And what is a mineral? A mineral is a natural, inorganic, solid form in the earth. An inorganic substance is one that is not made up of living things or the remain of living things. A solid material is a physical form of matter with a definite shape and volume. Recall from chemistry that an element is composed of one type of atom, And a compound is composed of two types of atoms or elements. What is a mineral and what is a non-mineral? To determine whether a substance is a mineral or a non-mineral, geologists ask four basic questions about the substance. Number one, geologists ask whether the substance is organic or inorganic. Number two, geologists ask whether the substance occurs naturally in the earth. Number three, geologists determine whether the substance is a solid. Number four, geologists ask whether the substance has a definite chemical composition. It's an element or a compound. Take 1 minute and analyze this information here. Remember to pause if you need more extra time. Number one, geologists ask whether the substance is inorganic. An inorganic substance is one that is not made up of living things or the remain of living things. For example, coal, as shown in this image here, is organic and not a mineral because it is composed of the remain of plants and animals. Another example is magnetite. Magnetite is inorganic and a mineral. Why? Because it is composed of inorganic elements such as iron and oxygen. Number two, geologists ask whether the substance occurs naturally in the earth. The substance has to be naturally occurring in the earth. It has to be made by nature and not by humans or machines. Natural is anything that is formed by nature. Nature is everything made up by the physical world and not by human. Number three, geologists determine whether the substance is a solid. Recall from chemistry that there are three types of matters: solid, liquid, and gas. The mineral cannot be a liquid or gas, and the mineral should have tightly packed particles with a fixed volume. A good example of solid is a pencil. A pencil has a definite shape with hard, tightly packed particles. The pencil also has a fixed volume. Number four, geologists ask whether the substance has a definite chemical composition. It's an element or a compound. The mineral gold, as an example, is an element. As you can see in this periodic table, the mineral gold, it's an element, which means that it's composed with one type of atom, the gold atom, and it's also a mineral. Another example is the mineral fluoride. The mineral has one element of calcium or one atom of calcium. It has another element of fluoride, with a subscript of 2, which means that it has 2 fluoride elements or 2 atoms. Recall from chemistry that a subscript next to a compound is the number of atoms that pertain to that specific element. The mineral fluoride is a compound. Fluoride is made up of only calcium and fluoride in a specific pattern. Now, let's put what we have learned into practice. What is a mineral? What are the 4 questions geologists ask to determine if a mineral is organic or inorganic? Name at least 1 or more of the minerals that were mentioned in today's lesson. Take 2 minutes and answer this question, starting from now. Excellent job, scholars. I hope you were able to answer each question correctly.